Mazziotti Gillen, and I'm director of the Poetry Center at Passaic County Community College. I'm very pleased to welcome the parents, the young people of Patterson and their parents and guardians and grandparents, I hope, and aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, to Passaic County Community College. And I hope if this is your first time at the college, it won't be your last time. We try to make the college very open and welcoming to the community, and I know that the students in the public schools are here a lot for the Young People's Theater series, which we run, and we also send writers into the schools. One of the writers who comes into your schools very often is Laura Boss, and she was the judge for the contest this year. So if you won, you owe it to Laura Boss, who chose all the winners and read through many, 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 many poems. And if you won, you should really be very thankful that you did, because there were lots and lots of entries, and for a poem to rise to the top and get first prize or second prize or honorable mention means that it was an excellent poem. So you should be very proud of yourselves, and your parents and relatives should be very proud of you as well. I'd like to, before I start, to thank the members of my staff, Aline Papazian, Susan Amsterdam, Lori Ratner, TJ Nike, for all the work they've done, and members of our Passaic County Cultural and Heritage Council Advisory Board, who came here on the day before, on the last day of Memorial Day, before Memorial Day weekend, to help us with this program, Don Lynch and Allison Chase, who have been really ardent supporters of this program as well as of all our other programs here at the college. And I thought, let's give them a round of applause, because without people like that, we really couldn't. And in order to get the program on the road here, I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Randall Lassiter, who is the Executive Assistant to the President of Passaic County Community College, and who's going to bring remarks from the President of the college. Let's welcome Mr. Randall Lassiter.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much. And on behalf of our President, Dr. Stephen M. Rose, we just like to welcome you and greet you on behalf of Passaic County Community College. Dr. Rose could not be here tonight. He has been in Trenton all day today and advocating, as always, for Passaic County Community College. And he is just elated that you have chose Passaic County Community College to come and host this great event here. I understand you've been here a number of years, and he's always had this at the top of his list, and we are really glad that you are here tonight. We want to take a moment to just thank Maria Gillen and her wonderful staff for, yes, that's right, for she is a pioneer all by herself in landing and setting up opportunities for poets and writers all throughout this county, this state, and this nation. And she didn't think that it would be robbery enough to not just stop, but to give young people an opportunity to express themselves. One thing I know about Marie Gillen, that she believes that everyone can write. She believes that everyone has a story to tell. She believes that everyone is a poet. So young people, I want you to continue writing. Those who will be awarded tonight, that is wonderful. We want you to continue on. But those of you who will not present your works tonight, I want you to know that you're already a winner. You are already published. You have work started tonight. But the goal and the task is that you will continue writing, that you will continue to write books and continue to write poems, because books are inside of you right now that you can write. So we are on behalf of our President, Dr. Stephen M. Rose, we greet you here on behalf of Passaic County Community College, and we want you to have a wonderful evening tonight. But before I leave, I just want you to just give yourselves a nice round of applause. You deserve it. God bless you.
Now I'm very pleased to welcome a special invited guest this evening, United States Congressman William J. Pasquale Jr. And if you remember, Congressman Pasquale spent a number of years here as an assemblyman to the New Jersey Assembly and also as mayor of Paterson, and he has always been supportive of Passaic County Community College, supportive of Paterson, and without people like Bill Pasquale in Congress, we can't do anything. We as individual people have the ability to vote, to be counted in the census, to make changes in that way. But it's important to let our congressmen and women know what we think, what we feel, what we'd like to see happen. And I know that Bill Pasquale always listens. Let's welcome a wonderful congressman, William Pasquale.
Thank you, Ernie. Good to see you. Thank you. I'm really honored to be here. We've had 4 non-stop weeks in Washington. Now we have a few days off, but of course when you're back in the district, there's no such a thing as a day off. I feel so good to come back to my hometown. This community college, Maria, has so many fond memories for me, personally. Where you're sitting now, many years ago, many of us were fighting, those of us who came from Paterson and Passaic, to have this community college grow in our city. Because this was scheduled to be a college up in the hills of West Milford someplace. We fought hard, the citizens of this city, to get this college to be located in Paterson, where the need was the greatest. So in life, you have to make some decisions. You have to take a risk. You may win, you may lose. But so many people have been successful that have gone through these doors. Young people, not so young people. I personally like poetry. I personally like writing. It's a great attribute. You need to develop it, because we are graduating students from our schools sometimes that can't even put a paragraph together and yet have diplomas and degrees and whatever. It is so critical to be able to communicate. It is so critical to be able to communicate what you really feel about things. Like the artist, like a painter who paints, and we look at it and we say, gee, what does that mean? It doesn't look like anything I see during the day. Writing is the same thing. Music is the same thing. It's a perception. So you face challenges. And I know you're going to be successful. Let me tell you something about this young lady. And she said so many nice things about me. Are you a relative of mine, by the way?
No. I only tell the truth, Bill.
This young lady has been instrumental, as far as I'm concerned, of keeping poetry alive in our city. She works hard at it. I've read all of her books. I've read all of her poems. She speaks from the depth of her heart and her experiences from School 18 all the way through to South Paterson. And we offer so much here in this college and each of your schools. But we need to take notice of those people who really care about us. Let's give her a nice round of applause again, please. She deserves it. Mr. Lassiter, you have a great institution here. Some of us are going to write and say, this isn't really what I wanted to do. It's not there. It doesn't make it yet. Some of us are going to be frustrated in our writing. You can write and it just doesn't come out right. Some of us are going to say, we're a failure. Before I leave in a few moments, I want you to know that there are no failures unless you make yourself a failure. You are a success. You need to continuously go over and go over that. You have so much to give. Each person has so much to give in an age of mechanical voices on phones. In an age when we can't many times even talk to a human being. When we go to a bank, when we go to some other place, you must be the voice of humankind in this age when we've gotten caught up in computers, where you have to press a button in order to reach a human being. You must be the voice of humankind. And as to whether you're a success or not in your writing, which you must keep after, one poem doesn't make you a poet. You got to discipline yourself. You got to be tough on yourself. You cannot accept mediocrity. You know, Abraham Lincoln, great statesman of this greatest nation, this greatest democracy. Abraham Lincoln faced a series of failures which very few of our history books even write about. Because we want to prop Lincoln up as a hero, that he lived a perfect life and everything turned out perfect for him. Humbug. No, it didn't. He faced failures and he faced obstacles, Abraham Lincoln, before he became the president. Listen to these things. When you think you have problems, think about Abraham Lincoln. First, before he became the president of the United States, he suffered the death of both his mother and his sister when he was young. Second, he suffered from severe depression in his early 30s. Third, he suffered the death of two of his young sons. Fourth, he was a total failure as a businessman. Mind you, the 16th president of the United States we're talking about here. This perfect life that he lived. Fifth, he was defeated both times he ran for the Congress of the United States, a job that I hold now from New Jersey. He was defeated 2 times in the early 1840s. First 2 times he ran, he was defeated when he ran for the United States Congress. Sixth, then he ran for the Senate of the United States. And he was defeated 2 times for that. In 1855 and in 1859, Abraham Lincoln. So he had a great record going. He lost 4 in a row. Never won. And then in 1856, he was even defeated for the vice presidential nomination of his party. Yet he persevered. He persevered and he became the president of the United States. And if Lincoln could do it, going through all of those things, we each can do it. Let me tell you something in conclusion. I'm the first member of my family, and I've lived in Patterson all my life. But I'm the first member of my family to graduate high school. I was the first person in my neighborhood to go to college. Of course, the first person in my family. When I told the guys I hung out with on the corner I was going to college, they thought I was sick. Thought there was something wrong with me. If I can do it, you can do it. We need good writers in America. Your peers, your buddies, your girlfriends have to hear what you have to say about life and your perception of life. They need to know how you think and how you feel. We did not really understand the Mideast until Americans began to read the poetry of Mideastern poets. And while women were emerging in the Mideast as a vital force in every one of those countries, in the Muslim countries particularly, we did not understand the culture really, except from the history books, which only tell you so much, as they did of Abraham Lincoln, until we started to read the poetry of the Mideast. We did not understand Africa and the different countries of Africa until we read and absorbed the arts, the poetry, the music of Africa. And I would suspect that we will not understand China, who we debated over the last 4 weeks. We will not understand China until we begin to read the translations of their poetry and understand their music and their art. For a people to be understood, we must appreciate their art and we must appreciate their writings. I wish you luck. I wish you well. And your parents, I know, are proud of you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome to all of our student poets, their teachers and families, to our guests on the podium and our guests in the audience. For those of you who don't know me, let me introduce myself. I'm Susan Amsterdam, the coordinator of the Young People's Theater and Language Arts Enrichment Project. I'm the administrator of our programs on a day-to-day basis. So many of you have welcomed me into your classrooms, and that's really the fun part of my job. Tonight's event is the culmination of our in-class poetry workshops, and of course it's a thrill for me to see the end result. But it's even more of a thrill for me to observe the process that led up to this occasion. I love to sit in the poetry workshops and watch the professional poets provide inspiration and illustrating what they write and how they write, and being living proof that writing can be a life-enhancing experience. I've watched the teachers reinforce these lessons, and I've seen you students learn to release your own creativity, and this is a gift you'll use all your life. It's not just for a contest, an annual contest, but it's something that you will have forever. And congratulations to every student who participated in our contest, and to the winners here tonight, and thank you to the teachers and the families who encouraged those students. And we are really going to enjoy the rest of the evening. I thought you were going to introduce her. And now we'll hear from Ms. Chris Schranowski, who is the Supervisor of Language Arts Literacy in the Patterson Public Schools.
Good evening. Looking out over this crowd, I was thinking a lot about Garrison Keillor, who says that all of the children in Lake Wobegon are above average and exceptionally good looking. And my news for Garrison Keillor is that Patterson is going to give Lake Wobegon quite a run for its money. That's right. It's wonderful to be here tonight for a variety of reasons. The first reason is my predecessor, Mrs. Evelyn Pittman, who at this point is in Georgia, retired and enjoying her retirement. She is a wonderful woman who handled this program with exceptional wisdom and grace over a good number of years. At her retirement dinner, I made clear that I know that I cannot possibly do everything that she did. I will tell those of you who are used to working with her that I will do all for you that I can do. The next people I want to mention are the people here at Passaic Community College. Susan Amsterdam doesn't want to tell you how many times I called her in a panic because I had no idea at all what I was supposed to do. And Maria and Aline and Lori and TJ have all also been there for me every single time I've had a question about how to keep this thing going. The next group of people I want to thank are the teachers who are involved in this program. You are doing more for your students than you can imagine when you give them voice. And that's what a program like this does. It gives them voice. And that's something that I will work very, very hard to protect. I thank you for the time, the energy, the hard work that you put in, and I really hope that everyone will give the teachers a round of applause right now. Next, I want to thank the parents. And I want to tell you that I saw the pride that you showed when you came in here this evening with your children, and I am touched and moved by it, but you deserve to be proud of yourselves too, because the children that you are raising are wonderful children, and they deserve you as much as you deserve them. And the last people I want to talk to are the children. And many of you have not met me. Only the high school children meet me. And at some point or another that may move around a little bit or change a little bit. But I'd like you to know a little bit about how I feel about what you're doing. I started writing poetry when I was a little girl too. And I think it's a really important thing to be able to do. And so I know a little bit about what you're doing and about why you're doing it, and I feel good about the fact that you're doing that. I think it's important that you're doing it because you live in a really wonderful city. You live in a city that produced William Carlos Williams and the Ginsbergs. You live in a city that more recently has produced Judith Ortiz Cooper. You live in a place where somehow something is speaking to people and they are giving those murmurings some kind of voice. In the morning, it's a whisper here in Patterson. At night, it's sometimes loud like a shout. But it's here, and you hear it, and the fact that you hear it is wonderful. I urge you to look around you. Unlike the people that have spoken to you tonight, I am not a Patterson native. I'm someone who was brought in. And I urge you to look at the beauty around you. There is a lot. And you know what? Over on Market and Main Street, people are going to do business every single day. It's up to you to remember that that business will go on one way or another. But the time that you take to point out those little things that you see and hear in Patterson are the things that make life absolutely beautiful and a joy. So take the time to keep doing it and think about how wonderful it is that you do it all the time. And so thank you most of all to all of the children who participated, and congratulations on something that is a milestone accomplishment for each one of you.
Now we're getting to the most important part of the evening, and that is the poems by the winners of the contest. And so we're going to start, and I'll call the I'll call the student's name, and then and you got first prize, right? Did you? Yes, okay. These are the first prize winners, and this is LaToya. No, over here, honey. You have to go over to the microphone. We want you to be seen on cable television after this is over, because it would be unfair to have only this number of people see and hear these students. This is LaToya. Say your name, darling. Say your name.
Enke.
Nia.
Enke.
Louder, darling. I can't hear you.
Enke.
Okay. Is she speaking into the microphone, or am I going deaf? Okay. And she's in grade 6, school 10, and her teacher is Miss Pollinger.
My poem was about the first time I seen people doing drugs. The first time I seen people doing drugs was when I was about 5 years old. I was riding my bike on a corner. I knew I was at a wrong place at a wrong time. I seen people's hearts and lungs blacken. I seen their eyes turn all red, all because they are doing the wrong thing. I don't know what their family taught them, but I know I'm in a family that loves me, and I know I will always do right.
That way, darling. Okay, you go over to the microphone. This is Mariah Matthews, grade 4, school 20, and her teacher is Mrs. Kempner, excuse me.
My first dog. When I got my first dog, I was very happy. We went to the animal shelter. I picked it out. It was a male. I named him Buster. I was 8 years old, and my puppy was 1 month old. He was ready to leave the shelter, and I was ready to bring him home.
Leilani Morales, grade 4, school Norman S. Weir, teacher Mrs. Mola, and also first prize winner.
My poem is about my first niece. A few days passed by. A few months passed by. I never knew it was going to happen. My first niece arrives. It conquers my head to think I am important now. To my niece, to my Jerica. Ma dropped me off by my dad's home. I went upstairs, played with my friends when I heard the phone. I saw my dad pick it up, and I saw all the tears form in my dad's eyes. I did not bother asking, what is the matter? But he told me anyway, I was going to be an aunt. About 9 months later, the baby was born. My brother described to me how she looked. Tiny, small, and red lips, green eyes, caramel skin just like mine. My brother left out some things. She was precious, worth more than money and gold. She could be a star because of her lovely green eyes. Brownish black hair, it made me cry. To think it is me. I am the auntie, Leilani. Her name was Jerica. My family drove to her house. We took the New Jersey Turnpike. I had the window open, just a little bit, and the little bit of wind which could get through danced and played with my hair. The wind was moist. There was just a rainstorm. The wind tickled me, which made me think of her, Jerica. We finally arrived at the beautiful house. I had the privilege of holding her, but I couldn't. She was perfect in every way. Not a scar, not a scratch. What if I did something wrong? She was the most beautiful baby I have ever seen. I started crying. I was having a nervous breakdown. 2 years later, I saw her dimples, her green eyes slightly blue, long black hair, and who did she come running to? Me. I can't believe that it was me. I am the auntie. Me, Leilani. I love you, Jerica. Jerica, you are my first niece.
Let's give Leilani Morales a very big hand. What, honey? Oh, school 6. All right, dear. Genesis, right? And let's welcome Genesis Rivas Grade 5, School 6, Dr. Gallatin is her teacher.
My poem is about the first time I saw my baby sister. The first time I saw my baby sister, I was sad. I wouldn't be that baby anymore. They would not treat me like a baby. They would treat her like the baby. I draw pictures to give them. They don't care. They just care about her. Soon she will be big, but for now she is a baby.
Oh. Okay, Anthony Rivera, grade 5, school Norman S. Weir, teacher Mrs. Lochner.
My poem was my first time I had a nightmare. Someone was calling my name. I looked on both sides. Someone was calling my name. I stood up to look. Someone was calling my name. I was so afraid. Someone was still calling my name. And finally someone woke me up. No one was calling my name.
Okay, Grisha L. Valderrama, grade 5, school Norman S. Weir, teacher Mrs. Lochner.
The first time I saw a picture of my father, I didn't know what to do, whether to burst out into tears or whether to try my hardest and see what I can do to find him. Then I thought to myself, he can be anywhere, so where would I find him? But then again, I have everything a young girl like me would want. I have a great mother and stepfather who treats me right, and many others also. But he can be anywhere, so where would I find him? I realize that I am not the only person to have been raised without a father. There are so many children raised to be great men and great men and women with discipline, education, manners, and great careers. They had a mom and stepfather to stand by them, but he can be anywhere, so where would I find him?
Vesna Marin, I'm sure I'm going to mispronounce your name. Marinkovic. Is that correct? Okay, grade 7, school 10, and her teacher is Mrs. Healy. Vesna.
My first true day of sorrow that conquered over me on that one true day when Father died. It occurred to me that this was the first time a family member truly close passed away. I did not think I could endure this situation. I did not think I could face the difficulties ahead. Sorrow. I never truly could apprehend the basic meaning of the word, at least not until it occurred for the first time in my life. Sorrow. It hung over me, causing regret and pain. It helped me learn that even I could endure such pain and confusion. It gradually helped me realize that there is a first to everything, even death. Sorrow that never grew less but always seemed to increase, always seemed to gradually fade in our minds, yet never did. Sorrow, the strong emotion that each of us has to face. We consider the possibilities of what may happen, yet never seem to guess the outcome of these situations. Sorrow, the dreaded word none of us wishes to hear, the word that seems to strike fear and even pity in the eyes of some. Sorrow, the feeling that I never wish to have again, although I know it will reappear in my life again one day.
Sema Taskin. Our next poet is Sema Taskin, grade 7, school 9, and her teacher is Mrs. Jaros.
The first best friend who moved. She was a friend who I could trust, the one who I always could talk to, the one who loves me and cares about me. She couldn't say goodbye to me. I cleaned up our locker when she left. The memories that I have of her is her journal, her notebook, and her folder. I'm going to keep it forever. I miss the times when me and her talked and laughed, the good times were when we always kept our secrets to ourselves. The sad time was when she left me alone, and here I am alone waiting for her to come back someday. My best friend, Mel K.
Pony Abedin, grade 9, school, JFK High School, teacher, Mr. Varilla.
at 14. Pony, sweetheart, you can go out with your friends. When my mother finally treated me like a young woman, I felt the splash of freedom on my soul at 14, feeling the practical best part of being a teenager, like a newborn, opening my blindfolded eyes, watching and learning the truth that mixed with the reality of my world. Feeling my heart pounding in front of an inducing guy when he looked at me with his hypnotic eyes, hypnotizing me. Like someone had put warm red paint mixed with a touch of honey all over my blushed, new, sweetened face. Influenced by mood, by spirit, by the blowing leaves on mild, whispering, windy, Silk City weather. It was like a dream where you are clueless in the red twinkle evening, just sitting atop a black rock in Westside Park, getting a sense of a calm, sweet summer smell and watching the Passaic River flow by. I opened my mind, seeing the world as one incomplete painting, and me with palette, brushes, paint, trying to complete it. Friends surprised me by removing their beautiful masks from betrayed, sullen faces, having fights and then losing friends. It was like a delicate rose ripped from its stem, left all alone in the dark, dusty side of Patterson's unknown streets. Discovering being a teenager is like discovering an unknown lonely island where you have the freedom to build your own life and break it if you want to. At 14, finally being treated like a young woman. Thank you.
No, you're fun and you're beautiful. Michelle Campbell, grade 9, school, JFK High School, and the teacher, Mrs. Bazone.
The title of my poem is The First Time I Met My Father. It is a cool summer day, everyone playing cheerfully. A Jiggets yellow taxi pulls up. He looks familiar, but I don't know him. He walks up to the front door, rings the doorbell, no answer. Went to the back, no answer. It turned night. The stranger sits on my porch. I wonder, should I open the door? No, I think I don't know him. Knock, knock, knock at the door once more. I go to the door. It's me, he shouts. Me who, I cry. Me, your father.
How you doing, honey? Adriana Bicote, grade 5, school 10, and her teacher is Mr. Eatman.
The name of my poem is The First Time I Saw Birds. The first time I saw birds in my backyard, I saw robins, doves, and blue jays. As I see them touch the heavens above, I know that there is always love, but in the bottom of my heart is a sunken ship because I have no love. And when you have no love, your heart is torn, your soul is ripped.
Thank you, dear. Visemily Matos, grade 12, Eastside High School, teacher Miss White.
The title of my poem is First Time. I dreamed about this moment all of my life. That may sound like a cliche, but I never imagined it would feel this good. To feel the power in my hands. I have a powerful force under my control. Naturally, I was a little scared at first. I was worried it would be like that. But after a few times, I was feeling like I had to do this every day. I never thought it would be this good. I never thought driving would feel this good.
Okay, let's give another round of applause for all the first prize winners. And now we're going to welcome all the second prize winners to read their poems. And our first poet is Cheyenne Rodriguez, grade 1, school 10, and her teacher is Ms. Hill.
The Ferris wheel goes around and around. I jump and jump. We are on the Ferris wheel, around and around and around. I scream and scream. I feel like I am falling down, down, down. I open my eyes and my dad is right there.
You look very beautiful, honey. Shansi Rosario, grade 2. Oh, excuse me. Shanice, my eyes are going. Shanice Rosario, grade 2, school 15, and her teacher is Miss Howard.
My poem is gym.
Put her closer.
The first time I went to gym class, I was shaking like an ice glass. I was shy and always tried to hide. But then I started to play and really had a fun day. I care about my grades because if I don't, I won't pass, and that means I won't last.
Thank you, dear. Let me make sure I can pronounce your name. Say it, honey. Taharun, oh, what a beautiful name. Taharun Mia, third grade, school 19, and her teacher is Mrs. Parker.
My first time on an airplane. I felt fear as I went inside the plane. I sat in my seat. I looked out the window. I saw cotton candy. I wanted to reach out and get it. Then I looked out the window again. I saw a pillow. Then I felt homesick. Then I saw a huge ice cream. I rubbed my belly. Then we started going down. My mom told me we're here.
Okay. Catherine Rosario, grade 4, school 9, and her teacher is Mrs. Fody.
The girl who broke my heart. The first time the girl I thought was my friend broke my heart. I felt terrible. I used to tell her my secrets, even the personal ones. I never thought anyone could hurt me like that, especially my best friend whom I knew for years. When I found out what she had done, I felt used, destroyed, and lonely. I felt like a little person walking in a big sidewalk. The girl who knew everything about me, who I thought did not have backstabbed me, and told my secrets to the whole world. I took long to get over it, but now I look back at the past and notice that one day she will regret losing my friendship. Even though we do not talk anymore, just wave hi. I have no hard feelings against her because no matter what, I will never forget how much she meant to me.
Natasha, okay. Natasha Grant, grade 5D, school 1, and her teacher is Mrs. DeMini.
My first tree. My first Christmas was very colorful. I had a used Christmas tree with all kinds of color. Red, green, yellow, and blue. It stood tall and green with a fresh scent of pine. Under my first tree was a used present. I knew it had to be mine. It was wrapped in shiny gold paper with a red, bright bow. My first tree made my face light up too.
Our next poet is Eugene Young, grade 5, school 10, and his teacher is Mr. Eatman.
The first time I saw my brother's name is Jeremiah. The first time I saw him, a piece of his heart came and found a place in my heart. I even got a chance to feed him. When he was done, I gave him a bottle. Then all of a sudden, I heard a big bird. Me and my mother started to laugh. Then my mother told me she was giving up Jeremiah. I started to cry. Afterwards, I noticed she was doing the right thing. I held my mother and said, I'm blessed for a mom like you.
Thank you. No, wait a minute, honey. Say your name. Okay. Nigeria McQueen, grade 6, school 10, and her teacher is Miss Pollinger.
It was August 23rd, 1994, and all of my family was together. Smell the ocean water, feel the ocean breeze, a wonderful feeling. Before we went in the water to get all wet, we ate some hot dogs and hamburgers. The sound of the ocean waves, a cleansing sound. The brightness of the sand from far away almost made me blind, but I still go on thinking of the things I can make in the sand. Since I was not used to the sea water, I got all dizzy. I got all sick. I felt dizzy and nauseous and sat out for an hour or two. Once I felt better, back in the water I go, and a great experience I will never let go.
Shakia Warren, grade 7, school 25, and her teacher is Mrs. Graham.
My first best friend. Today I met a great new friend who knew me right away. It was funny how she understood all I had to say. She listened to my problems, she listened to my dreams. We talked about love and life, she'd been there too it seems. I never once felt judged by her, she knew just how I felt. She seemed to just accept me and all the problems I had dealt. She didn't interrupt me or need to have her say. She just listened very patiently and didn't go away. I wanted her to understand how much this meant to me, but as I went to hug her, something startled me. I put my arms in front of me and went to put her near, and I realized that my first best friend was nothing but a mirror.
Jose Colon, grade 8, school 9, and his teacher is Miss DeSalvo.
My first positive thought, my mom's first positive thought. For all the things my mom couldn't do alone, like get to a meeting or pick up the phone. For all the days when she'd given up, she sat by herself with a half-empty cup. For the hole she dug that seemed so deep, so the night she prayed just to stay asleep. When she said goodbye, she came to me from the very start, her son with a bleeding heart. She promised me that she could change if she admit defeat and rearrange. Slowly but surely, the sun's rays shone, and I saw it and knew Mom wasn't alone. Whether it be cocaine, pills, alcohol, or dope, she showed me that there is always hope. So from her to me, heart to heart, it's never too late for a brand new start. For this, I thank my mom and God.
Thank you. Jennifer Torres, grade 8, school 2, and her teacher is Miss Maley.
My first day at school, like a prey waiting for a predator, I was scared. I felt like I was in a box locked up, wanting to cry for Mom, but her voice said, "It's okay." My heart telling me to open up. I felt no longer alone. I became part of the road bush. Thank you.
Dewan Kazi Farhana, grade 9, school, J.F. Kennedy High School, teacher, Mr. Varilla.
Good evening. My poem is called Night Flight. The wind raging furiously through my body as I forcefully struggle to enter the Piper Arrow. Winning the battle with the ferocious, violent wind, I finally make it inside the toy-like airplane. I buckle up as Mr. McNulty proclaims instructions about safety. Never handle anything you don't know about, and remember to keep your seatbelts on at all times. I put on my headphones and settle in to cruise the skies. The Silk City below, Great Falls, Patterson Museum, Eastside Ghost, Kennedy Knights, Burnt Silk Factories, and Neighbors, Clifton, Heldon, Fairlawn. Passaic County homes seem like miniature dollhouses. The whole world below me, a spectacular view of a once unimaginable scene.
plain and the mellowness of the sky mixed together to form a gentle yet rough symphony, a beautiful harmony of sounds. The feeling of being on a boat passing gracefully through the calm sea clouds. The feeling of being on a small boat gliding speedily through the smooth sky. It's a lifetime experience to soar evenly with the sky, feeling the world is under your control. The anxiety to see more and travel more washes over you like a warm bubble bath on a cool Saturday night in the deep, clear mist. Thank you.
Jimmy Latour, grade 9, Rosa L. Parks School of Fine and Performing Arts, and his teacher is Miss Batoni.
My poem is entitled Firsts. In everyone's life, there are firsts. Your first words, your first steps, your first friend, your first kiss. I've had many of these experiences. I took my first steps in Colombia. I spoke my first words in America. However, I was too young to remember these firsts. There are some firsts that I do remember. My first day of school is one of them. I remember snack time and nap time and playing all day. I remember my first time seeing Puerto Rico. I was amazed how beautiful it was. I was more amazed to see my uncle. I remember the first time we met. I never forgot the expression on his face. The way he said I look exactly like my father. I remember my first time driving a car. I remember my brother's face when he saw how good I was. I remember my mom yelling at him for telling me not to do that. Many events happen, both good and bad. But no matter what, we can never forget these memories, no matter how hard we try.
And that was Jimmy Latour. Latoya Pinckney, grade 10, school, Rosa Parks High School, teacher, Miss Cortez.
First taste of duck. Pots in the kitchen, boil new water. Since Daddy got married, nothing is the same. She seems to want everything new, even what sits on our plates. The day she spoke the word duck, I thought I'd die. Something that quacks on my plate, I think not. Well, my thoughts were not heard, as well as my words. I received a slice of duck on my plate that night. It looked like chicken, but I knew it wasn't. I stuck my fork into it, but I hesitated putting it to my mouth. When I finally did taste it, I realized something. My first taste of duck tasted like sweet chicken. Sometimes new things aren't much different from old things.
Yannick Sewell, grade 11, school, Eastside High School, teacher, Mrs. Malav.
The title of my poem, The Soul Inside the Pyramid. I cried, but no one heard me. I wept, but no one cared. Knock, knock. Do you hear me? Hello? Are you there? Knock, knock. Are you listening? There's a soul inside this pyramid. You build a world around me, and you still don't even know me. You have never even seen me. Sometimes I wonder if you're insane. You have never even bothered to look. Why? Is it because it's me? You have nothing to gain? You lie to your heart. You deny the fleeting voice of pain. You cover it with a smile and make it pretty again. Knock, knock. Are you listening? There's a soul inside this pyramid. I'm tormented by fire and my fear, because no one ever recognizes I'm here. I have inner peace like a baby, yet lies within me the fierceness of an hungry lion. It's a soul inside this pyramid, like a lost leaf, stronger than a strange land. Is this my fate? I do not understand. No one ever so quicker to gain such hunger. No night shall remain, the treasure no one seeks to find.
Let's give another round of applause for all our second prize winners. And now we have many honorable mention winners, as you can see from the anthology, and we hope that when you get home, you will read all the poems in the anthology. We do have a little party planned for everyone in the cafeteria after after the readings and after the certificates are given out, and we hope you'll join us to congratulate your children and the children of other people who are here as well. And for now, we're going to give the certificates to the people who won honorable mention. Okay, you go over there. And Elijah Bracy, grade 2, school 10, Miss DeLuca. Anastasia Dugans, grade 2, school 1, Mrs. N. Lowell. You can pause and let your parents take a picture if you want, okay? Shanice, you can pause and take a picture. I love your hair. Okay, you go over there to the woman in purple. Shanice Fuller, grade 2, school 1, teacher Mrs. Cardillo. Thank you, dear. And you can stop a minute and let somebody take a picture of you. Edwin Mora, grade 2, school 15, teacher Miss Howard. You look beautiful. Victoria Burns, grade 3, school 16, teacher Miss Langka. All right, Miss Langka. Go ahead, darling. Roberto Ramos, grade 2, school 14, teacher Mrs. Jewell. Oh, you look handsome there, kid. Robinson Surratt, grade 3, school 14, teacher Mrs. Billadou. Hi, honey. Now, where you going, sweetie? Christian Media, grade 3, school 1, teacher Mrs. Earhart. Thank you, dear. Okay. Zaire Mathis, grade 3, school number 1, teacher Mrs. Portelli. Okay, let me shake your hand, actually. Rodri, did I say that right?
Rodri.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rodri Patmore, grade 3, school 19, teacher Mrs. Parker. What a lovely girl. Now, how do you say your name? Pasilia Aguavivas. Okay. Pasilia Aguavivas. Grade 4, school 9, teacher Mrs. Miller. I must say she said it much more beautifully than I can. Say it again, honey. Okay. Charlene Alcantara. Grade 4, school 10, teacher Mrs. Hoffman. Ahmed Arakat, grade 4, school 9, teacher Mrs. Ziff. Okay, sweetie, let me shake your hand. Oh, you got it. Oh, wait. Jatavia Alexander, grade 4, school 17, teacher Mrs. Romanoff. Nora Abadraba. Okay. Nora Abadrabo, grade 4, school 9, Mrs. Panico is the teacher. Hi, sweetie. Oh, yeah, that's easy. Martha Beauchamp, grade 4, school 6, teacher Dr. Gallatin. Berenice Chavez, grade 4, school 10, Mrs. Hoffman. All right, John Eric Cardona. John Eric Cardona, congratulations, sweetie. John Eric Cardona, grade 4, school 19, teacher Mrs. Fleming. Shake hands. Okay. Joseph Evans, grade 4, school 15. Teacher, Miss Lewin. Jason Frias, grade 4, school 20. Teacher, Mrs. Kempner. And I need a glass of water, so just wait a second, honey, okay? My throat is beginning to dry out. We have yours. Alisa Garena. Jarina, okay. Alisa Jarina, grade 4, school 15. Teacher, Miss Lewin.
I heard they put school 19 on the end. I'm from school 9.
School 9, okay, you look beautiful, sweetheart. Rana, hello, grade 4, school 9, teacher, Mrs. Miller. You look darling. Tell me what your name is, honey. Kiana? Kiana, okay. Kiana Kersey, grade 4, school 9, teacher, Mrs. Fody. Wow, what a handsome young man. That's a gorgeous name. Daniel, okay. Daniel Lynch, grade 4, school 26, teacher, Mrs. Pine. How are you, good looking? Where's your ticket? Oh. Reynaldo Marmol. Okay. Reynaldo Marmol, grade 4, school 10, Miss Myra is his teacher. Hi, sweetie. Oh, no, you have to. Okay. Jabed Malik, grade 4, school 15, Miss Lewin. How pretty you look and how pretty your hair looks. Oh, I can say your name. Nicole. Right. Nicole Mendez, grade 4, school 24, Mrs. Pacino. How are you? Muradova, okay. Suzanne Muradova, grade 4, school 9, Mrs. Miller is her teacher. Oh, wait, you have to say it for me, honey. Galib Mahmoud. Is that right? Galib Mahmoud, grade 4, school 9, teacher, Mrs. Fody. What a pretty dress, and how beautiful you look. Marianne Martinez. Oh, Marion? Marion, are you Americanizing it? Yeah, that's what I did with my name, but when you're older, you'll take it back. Marion Martinez. Okay, Marion Martinez, grade 4, school 19, teacher, Miss Miller. Oh, all dressed up. Marlene Rodriguez. Okay, Marlene Rodriguez, grade 4, school 24, teacher, Mrs. Pacino. Hi, sweetheart. You're looking great. Kiana Rogers. You have a beautiful... Kiana, I'm sorry, honey, Kiana. Kiana Rogers, grade 4, school 26, teacher, Mrs. Costello. Prince Singletary, okay. Patrice Singletary, grade 4, school 9, teacher, Mrs. Miller. Wait, you come here and tell me, okay? Joelle Sanchez, grade 4. Miss Kadara's class.
Miss Cordine.
Cordine. Why don't you say it, okay? You say it.
Miss Cordine's class.
Okay, what school, sweetheart? School 15. Good, I'm glad you didn't forget your card. Now say that for me. Aichach Tarkan, grade 4, school 9, and his teacher is Mrs. Fody. Hi, sweetie. Victor Otero. You have beautiful eyes, honey. Are you a great poet? Yeah. Yeah, I bet you are. Okay, let me shake your hand. You go over there and get your certificate. Victor Otero, grade 4, school 17, Mrs. Krisak. Oh, what a beautiful desk, and what a beautiful girl who's in it. Shanti. You have a beautiful face, sweetie. Shantae? Yes. Okay. Shantae Price, grade 4, school 10, Mrs. Mira. Hi, honey. Okay. Tiffany Winfrey, grade 4, Norman S. Weir. Miss Mola is the teacher. Hi, honey. Let me shake your hand. Ashley Wilson, grade 4, school 10. Mrs. Hoffman, congratulations. Hi, honey. Mario Tyrell, you want to shake my hand? Congratulations. Grade 5, Mario Tyrell, grade 5, school 1, teacher Diane Gatner. Oh, you look so pretty. Victoria Scudder, grade 5, school 10, teacher Mrs. Hewitt. You're looking good, sweetie. Keep writing. No, I know how to read. It's just the one floor falling that I have trouble with. All right. Marion Green, grade 5, school 10, teacher Miss Alberg. Yes, keep writing. Congratulations. Satya McCaskill, grade 5, school 1, Mrs. Dimini. Hi there. Okay, we're going to stay up here with me 1 minute, okay? And you're Dennis Roland? Roland? Okay, not Roland? Roland, okay. You're making it American? Yeah. Okay, we're having a little confusion. Wave to your parents. What's up? How does it feel? See, he's practicing to be a politician. How about you, honey? Going to practice to be a politician too? No? All right, we're back in business. Okay, Dennis, you're elected president. Dennis Roland, grade 5, school 10, teacher Miss Alberg. Okay, go over. Alberg, okay. Now you say. Is this Abdaha? Okay, you have a beautiful face, sweetheart. Sula Abdaha, grade 5, school 8, teacher Miss Kelder. Hi, you look so lovely. Oh, I see you got this. This is what I would have done at your age. Okay, Rianne Smith, grade 7, school 21, teacher Miss West. Okay. Sherelle, you want to shake my hand? Congratulations. Sherelle Rizak, grade 7, school 26, teacher Mrs. Began. Hi, darling. How are you? Iris? Iris Rivera, grade 7, school 15, teacher Mrs. Richardson, Mrs. Halisco. Okay, all right, just wait a second. We'll let a lot of people take your picture, okay? And you're Chantel McLean. You should be happy. Why are you? Look at you. You've got a model's body. You're complaining? Okay. Just wait a minute. Just a second. We're a little out of order. Just a minute. I think probably it would be better if she would just let them wait a minute and just get the ones that she's got. Well, that's what I'm saying. She'd be better off letting somebody else down at the bottom go through them and just shake the kids' hands and then... Where's Lori? Okay, Susan, why don't we do this? Why don't you just... Chantel McLean, grade 7, school 10, teacher Mrs. Healy. Congratulations, sweetheart. Thanks for your patience. How are you doing here, honey? Dana Holdman, let me congratulate you. Keep writing. Dana Holdman, grade 7, school 25, teacher Mrs. Graham. Thank you. Where's your card? Is it on your book here? All right, wait a second. You're gonna stay 1 minute. Pedro Quinones, School 10. Miss Eberhardt, and what's the grade? 4. Grade 4. Pedro Quinones. Hi, sweetie. You have a great face. Crystal Bartley. Congratulations, honey. You really do. You got great cheekbones. Crystal Bartley, grade 8, school 5, Mrs. Paps. All right. Now you have to say your name for me. You're going to have trouble. Sahar Arakat. Oh, looked harder than it was. Congratulations. Keep writing. Sahar Arakat, grade 8, school 9, teacher, Mr. or Miss? Mr. Woodcock. Mazen Zachariah, you want to shake my hand? Congratulations. Keep writing. Mazen Zachariah, grade 7, school 9, teacher, Miss Warren. Okay, honey. Osvaldo Perez. Congratulations. Keep writing, okay? Osvaldo Perez, grade 7, school 25, teacher, Miss Graham. Okay. You want to shake my hand? Okay. Renia Thompson, grade 7, school 26, Miss Began. Okay. Emo Yukone. Okay, let me shake your hand. And congratulations. Emo Yukone, grade 8, school 27, Mrs. Stupinski. Cassandra Vanderhoff. Vanderhoff, okay. Great, honey. You could be a model, you know that? Cassandra Vanderhoff, grade 8, school 27, and the teacher is Stupinski, but I don't know whether that's a man or a woman. Well, you know what to do, Susan? Where is... Why doesn't Lori help? Okay, you're going to be patient and stay here with me for a minute. You'll probably die in the thing. I have to stay up here with this woman. And your name is Sabrina Zaman, right? Okay. In 1 second, we appear to have the certificates out of order, which is what is causing the problem. So we hope you'll be patient and just wait a minute, and we'll complete the process here as soon as we can. You know, patience, please. I know it's hard to wait. It's harder for the children and the young people. I think that they could go down off the stage and I mean, why does it have to be done on the stage? I think we should just... Sabrina Zaman, grade 8, school 27. Congratulations, dear. Mrs. Stupinski is her teacher. Stephen Jimenez, you have the greatest eyes, kid. Stephen Jimenez, grade 8, school 5. Hooray, right? Teacher, Mrs. Pabst. Are you trouble? No. Jasmine Jerome. Oh, what a gorgeous face you have. My Lord, all you kids are gorgeous. Jasmine Jerome, grade 8, school 8, teacher, Mrs. Gail Pelosi. Congratulations, dear. Okay. Next. Miss what? I'm at special. Oh, all right. So these are the kids are... Okay, so why don't we give... let me take your... Wait, stay here, honey. We also have a special honorable mention for the students from Mrs. Filippelli's class at School 10, for Robert Quadra and Malcolm Dennis Stewart. And let's give them a big round of applause and let their parents take their pictures and then go over and get your... I thank you all for your patience. I know this was a very long, is always a very long ceremony, but I hope you will go over... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. No, not over. Excuse me. Stay here, everybody. We have the best for last. Congratulations. Tracy Stevenson, grade 10, school 10, JFK High School, Mrs. Wojcik. Oh, you got 2. Oh, wow. Tamara Santiago, who won 2, something that's not supposed to happen. Grade 10, Rosa Parks High School, Miss Cortez, and Rosa Parks High School, Mrs. Batoni. And congratulations, Carlton. Oh, you went to my alma mater. I went to Eastside High School, too. Yeah, keep writing, okay? Carlton Thompson, grade 10, Eastside High School, teacher Mr. Mulhern.